If you want one of the most aggressive sounding axle backs available for your 2015 through 2023 EcoBoost Mustang, along with the stealthy look of the black tips, well then friend, the Flowmaster Outlaw that we have on the table here today would be an excellent choice. Now the Flowmaster will combine a durable stainless steel build along with all of the volume you can handle, all for right around that $800 price point. So if you didn't know, the Outlaw that we have here today is Flowmaster's most aggressive option in their rather expansive lineup, and is going to be for the owners who want to be heard, plain and simple. This isn't going to be the kit for owners who are just looking for a slight bump in sound over your stock exhaust. No, this is going to be for the owner out there looking to get all of that aggressive 2.3 sound, all the turbo noise, all the pops and backfires coming down off the revs, and all of the stuff that comes along with that. So breaking out my Wake the Neighbor scale, I'm going strong 4 out of 5 here on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Yes, I know this thing is loud, but as it sits right now, it's not 5 out of 5 loud. If you want to crank things up even further, well, you're going to have to get rid of that factory resonator to basically crank this thing up to 5 out of 5 territory. Now moving into our construction portion of the video, guys, you're gonna find a very solid build quality here with the Flowmaster Outlaw, but an even better warranty to go along with it. Materials will be 409 grade stainless steel throughout here, small amount of 304 grade stainless used for the tips themselves. Piping's all gonna be 3-inch mandrel bent, and there are gonna be the 2 small but absolutely mighty Outlaw series mufflers. Now these guys do feature that straight through flow with the welded baffles in place to kind of help shape the sound, but without killing volume or power. Finally guys, everything is going to exit out of the factory location thanks to these massive 4-inch tips here. They are embossed with the Flowmaster logo, and as you can see, this particular set does include the black tips here. It's gonna be kind of a stealthier vibe overall. Now the system does neck down at the end here to about a 2¼ inch diameter, and that's gonna help the system slip into the factory piping. And then again, you will use the provided clamps to kind of clamp everything down. As you can see, we do have some factory style hangers welded in place for you, ready to go. And last but not least, I do want to mention the Outlaw axle bag is backed by a limited lifetime warranty in case you run into any issues. Price point for the Outlaw axle back will live right around 800 bucks, give or take here, which does put this in line or in the same field as systems such as the Borla Attack and the Roush axle back, both of which will certainly rival the Outlaw here in sound. Now there certainly will be more affordable options on the site, but you have to keep in mind some of those more affordable options won't always offer maybe the brand recognition or the warranty of the Flowmaster, so certainly a few things to keep in mind there. Alrighty guys, moving into our install, and because this is an axle back, there will be cutting involved. You can't get around that, so just be prepared for the job with a Sawzall, cut-off wheel, hacksaw, whatever you got laying around the garage. Site's gonna correctly call this a solid 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter because of the cutting. About an hour to complete from start to finish. But now, let's throw it out to the guys in the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
The tools you'll need for this project are an impact gun and or a ratchet, an extension, a 13 millimeter, a 15 millimeter socket, exhaust hanger removal tool, and some spray lube. Hi everyone, today we're installing an exhaust on our Mustang, but first, let's watch a short video on how to uninstall the stock system.
Now your obvious first step here, guys, is to lift and support your car, whether it be on jack and jack stands, or in this case, a lift. Now with the car up in the air, we're gonna start by removing the 2 13 millimeter bolts, securing these brackets back here towards the rear of the car. Now we can move up to our clamp here that secures our factory cap back to our downpipe and loosen these 2 15 millimeter nuts here. We don't have to remove them all the way. We just want to make sure we can loosen those enough to loosen this clamp up. So now with our forwardmost clamp loosened up, we're going to grab a buddy here, and what we're going to do is get the exhaust off of the brackets here that secure it to the rear subframe, drop the front of the catback itself, and then at that point we can slide the rear of the factory catback out of these hangers.
All right, so once you've got your exhaust system out and on the floor, to make it easier for you to cut actually, then you're gonna have to do some measurements so you know exactly where to cut so that the new system will fit properly. Now, as you can tell by looking at ours has already been cut. We've done this a few times on our vehicle. So what you're gonna need is a tape measure. And what you're gonna wanna do is this first bend here after the front muffler, you're gonna wanna measure about 2.5 inches after it starts to straighten out. And you're gonna do this on both sides. So with your system laid out on the floor, you're gonna wanna find out where the straight part of this pipe is right after this bend. And you're gonna measure out about 2.5 inches, and that's where you're gonna cut your pipe. So right about here, as you can see where ours is cut, is pretty close to where the actual straight part of the pipe is. So that's where we've cut our pipe here, and you're gonna do the same thing on the other one as well. 2.5 inches from where the straight part starts. Now once you've got your pipes cut, you're gonna wanna use some sort of a file or a deburring tool around the edge of where you cut and make sure that there's no burrs or rough edges on the pipe itself. So once you've got it all cleaned up and there's no rough edges on this pipe itself, we can go ahead and reinstall this portion of the exhaust, and then we'll add on our new system afterwards. Now we can transfer our front hanger on our old exhaust system to the new system here. And you may find that you'll need a little bit of lubricant to put on this hanger here to help slide it off. Doesn't require a whole lot. And then using your exhaust hanger tool, go ahead and slide that hanger off. Now once you've got it off, just transfer it over to the new one. Now we can go ahead and hang our new exhaust. Now as you can see, we've already pre-installed the section that we've cut off earlier, and we're supporting that with a pole jack. Now if you're doing this on the ground with jack stands, you can use your floor jack or another jack stand to support that while you install the rear portion of your exhaust. So first thing we're gonna do is take one of these supplied clamps, slide it over our installed piece there, and then we'll take our rear hanger, slide it into the isolator that's already on the car, and then we'll slide the front of the pipe into our pre-installed portion. Get that slid in. Now we can put our front hanger up as well and just insert the bolt just to hold it in place, make sure it doesn't fall down on you. And then once you've got that in, make sure that it's seated pretty well into the new exhaust pipe. And then put your clamp towards the front of the tailpipe. And then just snug it down. Now you can repeat that whole process for the other side. Now we've got our system completely installed and everything lined up, and we've made sure that there's no interference with anything underneath the car. Now we can go through and tighten all of our clamps, starting from the front, using our 15mm socket. Now we'll work our way back. And lastly, we'll go ahead and tighten up the isolators on the cross member behind the axle. And that wraps up our review and install of the Flowmaster Outlaw Axleback exhaust with black tips for the 15 to 22 Mustang EcoBoost without active exhaust. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.